Shine, everyone. Welcome in on this Wednesday. Jason and Alicia here with you. Obviously, as you saw, there are a lot to talk about, from the election to the Olympics. Plenty to cover.
Plenty to cover, and a cool down, John. Might need a very light jacket, I would say. That's what I put on.
Light jacket. All right. Alicia knows. I mean, I have rules. It has to say September to put the heat on. But, I mean, it's definitely chilly out here. And I think Saturday morning, it actually looks like we could see some upper 40s Saturday morning outside of the metro. So it is 61. 61. It is great. I mean, it is, regardless if you need a light coat or if you don't, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's definitely nice to have the moisture gone. I've heard you can dress your hair however you want. I mean, it's going to be nice out there. 55 degrees in St. Cloud, 61 in the Twin Cities. So it is chilly. I mean, when you get outside of the metro, 50s. So the afternoon's held down because we've got cloud cover rolling in. There's a cold front that will move in tonight. That's why the clouds increase. Not a whole lot of rain, but we do have a chance tonight. We'll track it on the future radar in a bit. CC.
Hey, there we go. Stalled vehicle in Minneapolis, 94 westbound here at Laurie Avenue. You could see the vehicle is in the grassy area, so be on the lookout for that. If you take a look at the big map, that's the only crash or stalled vehicle that I am seeing. Everything else is pretty green for the most part, but I'll tell you if there's any slowdowns later. When I see you just after 6:15, I'm going to talk about some Highway 55, Highway 169 ramp closures that could slow you down over the next week.
All right, we'll check back in a bit. Thank you, CC. Well, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is waking up right now for his first full day on the job as running mate for Vice President Kamala Harris.
In a matter of hours, their fight for votes in key battleground states begins just 2 hours west of the Twin Cities. We have team coverage this morning. Audrey Russo is in studio tracking the latest reaction to the pick. But first, let's get out to Michelle Beck, who is live in St. Paul with more on what we can expect from today's rally. Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah, good morning to you, Jason, Alicia. The Harris-Walz ticket is wasting no time in its fight to win these battleground states. Governor Walz is already heading back home to the Midwest. He'll be starting off the day in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, then going over to Michigan for part 2 of today's rally schedule. Now, all this comes after last night's debut in the national spotlight as Kamala Harris's pick for number 2. Hard to believe it was just about 24 hours ago Walz learned he was chosen for this role. NBC News reports VP Harris and Walz had very strong chemistry when they met Sunday. Walz introduced his background and his values to that fired up crowd in Philadelphia.
In Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and their personal choices that they make. Even if we wouldn't make the same choice for ourselves, there's a golden rule. Mind your own damn business.
So from Philly, Harris and Walz are off to Wisconsin and Michigan today. They'll hit Phoenix Friday, then Las Vegas Saturday. That's 5 swing states in a span of just 5 days. And guys, as you heard there, this Harris-Walz new combo is enough to get a crowd going, that's for sure. But we also learned in the last 12 hours that a Grammy award-winning band, Bon Iver, including the Eau Claire native who founded that band, they'll be performing at that Wisconsin rally today. So there's definitely a lot for this crowd there to see when they head out there today. And guys, when I see you next, we'll talk more about how Walz is helping this campaign, including in dollar amounts. Guys.
All right, Michelle Beck reporting live for us in St. Paul. Thank you. Well, Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance also going to be in Eau Claire today, holding a rally of his own. The Ohio senator says he left Walz a voicemail to congratulate him after finding out that he was the pick, but he's already started to launch some attacks on the campaign trail, categorizing the governor as a radical leftist and saying that he's ready to debate him.
The biggest problem with the Tim Walz pick, it's not Tim Walz himself, it's what it says about Kamala Harris. That when given an opportunity, she will bend the knee to the most radical elements of her party. That's exactly what she did here. That's what she's going to keep on doing as president.
In a statement, the Trump campaign slammed the decision, saying Harris doubled down on her dangerously liberal, weak and failed agenda. Again, their campaign appearing to be painting Walz as this radical leftist.
Yeah, so Audrey, his campaign's going to have to be ready to fight off those attacks here over the next 91 days.
Yeah, that's right, 91 days, and he's going to be fending off attacks from the Trump campaign and from Donald Trump himself. We know that those two lines of messaging can be very different. Taking a look at Trump's Truth social media account, we can see just within the last 5 to 6 hours, he's started launching attacks against Governor Walz, attacking everything from his stance on immigration to his former service with the National Guard, his military service. So we can see he really wasted no time launching those attacks at Governor Walz. Now, we spoke to a political analyst, Brian McClung. He expects the majority of Walz's detractors will criticize the governor's response to the 2020 civil unrest after the murder of George Floyd. Analysts say any good VP pick should be able to absorb those attacks, however, without missing a beat. They say that Walz's Midwest appeal means he'll have to walk the line between folksy and fighter.
Right, this is a little tougher, punch-throwing version of Tim Walz than you might have seen, who's maybe the guy who's, surrounded and hugging a bunch of kids when he signs the free lunch bill.
McClung went on to describe Walz's tone as that of a frumpled uncle. It's playing out different ways on the national stage, really divided among party lines, earning Walz both praise and pressure. Now, coming up in about 30 minutes, I'll have more on how Minnesotans from both parties are reacting to this new role.
All right, Audrey, thank you. We, of course, are going to continue to follow along with Walz's journey in the coming months, starting with today's rallies. Tune into KARE 11 tonight for coverage from both the Democrats and Republicans events in Eau Claire.
Turning now to the Summer Olympics. There's just 5 days left of competition to go.
It's winding down. Even though the Olympic Games are almost over, the hunt for gold is still intense. Anne-Marie Tiernan is live in Paris with a look at what's ahead for Team USA.
Well, good morning, Alicia and Jason. You're absolutely right. 21 golds are just up for grabs today. A variety of events in action, track and field. We've got water polo, we've got women's basketball. Lots of opportunities for Team USA to increase its medal margin.